So the World Cup might be over and the IPL is almost upon us. It is set to begin in about 5 to 6 days. But before the biggest cricketing extravaganza begins, let's look back at the T20 World Cup and indulge in a bit of an exercise. Let's make our team of the tournament. Opening for the team is of course Sanju Samson, man of the tournament, the third highest run scorer, responsible for India's triumph. His winning knocks from the virtual quarter-final against the West Indies, then against England in the semi-finals, and then in the grand finale against New Zealand ensured India's successful defense of the T20 crown. In just 5 matches, he scored 321 runs at an average of 80.25 and a strike rate of 199.67. And more than the runs he scored, it's the teams he scored against that makes his performance stand out. He was the star performer with the bat when his team needed him the most. Any doubts we had regarding his ability, regarding his consistency was put to rest. He deserves every bit of accolade coming his way. Sanju Samson will be keeping wickets and opening the batting in this team of the tournament. Sanju's opening partner in this team of the tournament is New Zealand's Tim Seifert. The Kiwi wicketkeeper batter scored 326 runs at an average of 46.57 and a strike rate of 166.32, which included 4 50s. He is being picked over Pakistan's Sahibzada Farhan because his runs were more important and crucial in taking New Zealand to the finals. Batting at number 3 is Ishan Kishan. Not originally part of India's plans, he came in as a surprise inclusion on the back of his impressive run in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy for Jharkhand. And boy did he repay the faith shown in him, making the number 3 spot his own and also showing his capabilities when sent in to open. 317 runs in the 9 matches he played at a strike rate of 193.29, which included 3 important 50s of huge impact. One of the shining stars of India's World Club glory. And you remember the catches he took? Vital catches out in the deep, contributing with the bat and in the field. Ishan is our chosen number 3 in the team of the tournament. Coming in at number 4 is Shimron Hetmyer. The Caribbean basher scored 248 runs in his 7 matches at a strike rate of 186.46, scoring 2 50s and hitting 19 sixes across the tournament. One of the most important reasons why the West Indians had an impressive run in the tournament, until they came up against India and their World Cup dream was cut short. Hetmyer also took those very important catches, if you remember well, against India. He removed Sanju Samson and he removed Abhishek Sharma, taking very important catches. So he was brilliant in the field as well. And with the bat, he was consistently a thorn in the side of the opposition and a star performer for the West Indies throughout the tournament. One of the reasons why they had this very impressive run. In at number 5 is India's premium all-rounder and arguably the best seam bowling all-rounder in the white ball game at this very moment, Hardik Pandya. He is a vital cog in this successful trophy-winning machine that the Indian team is. He finished the tournament with 217 runs and he picked up 9 vital wickets. Taking the new ball, bowling at the death, he was called upon to do a job whenever the team needed him the most, and he answered the call each and every time. Because he was so flexible with his overs, as far as his being used at the start or at the death was concerned, or even in the middle, it allowed India to use Bumrah to the optimum effect. He never shied away from his responsibility, and though he wasn't dynamite with the bat, he still scored at a very healthy strike rate of 160.74. We all remember the wicket maiden he bowled against Pakistan, and 50 of 23 balls he scored against Zimbabwe, and his 27 of 12 were vital against England in that very high scoring semi-final. So his all-round show once again proves how irreplaceable he is in this team. India is a different beast with Hardik in the team, and without him, it's a very large hole to fill. He's extremely crucial for India in any white ball success. So he bats at number 5 for us in this team and is also our chosen seam bowling all-rounder. Batting at number 6 for this team of the tournament is Will Jacks. Another contender for man of the tournament. He was the standout all-rounder with bat and ball, England's shining star that led them to the semi-finals. He scored 226 runs at an average of 56.5 and at a strike rate of 176.56. Along with it, he picked up 9 wickets and took 5 catches. Truly a jack of all trades for England at this tournament, coming to the rescue whenever the team needed him. His rescue act against Nepal when he secured a win in the last over, along with his innings that guided England to victory against New Zealand, makes sure that Jack's place at number 6 for this team of the tournament, one of the standout performers throughout the event. And RCB fans will be disappointed that they didn't keep him when the auction happened last season. And we all remember Akash Ambani getting up and hugging one of the guys at the RCB auction table. And we all know why, because he got an absolute match winner for a bargain price. So Mumbai will be delighted to have Will Jacks in their ranks. Batting at number 7 for this team of the tournament is Shivam Dube. More than the volume or amount of runs he scored is the impact of the runs he scored that is more important. He scored at a strike rate of 169 and he hit 17 sixes. But it was the runs he scored and when he scored that matters the most. A silent contributor to India's success, he goes under the radar. He is very underrated, but he does a job for the team whenever the team needs him the most. So he scores those vital runs, he bowls tough overs, he takes catches if the game isn't played in Ahmedabad. He contributes to the team's victory. Shivam Dube is not the standout performer in the tournament or in any of the matches, barring his performance against Namibia, which was a standout performance. He was a silent contributor with the bat, with the ball, in the field, wherever he could, however he could, Shivam Dube continued to apply himself for the sake of the team, doing a job. That is the most important thing, doing a job that is required of him. And that is why he gets into the team of the tournament, batting at number 7. So spinners didn't have a standout performance in this tournament. It wasn't really a tournament for spinners. But one guy that stood out, little bit at least, amidst the carnage was Adil Rashid. Sure, Varun Chakravarti picked up the joint highest wickets, but he went for plenty. And to be very honest, every spinner did go for plenty. But I think Adil Rashid, England's Adil Rashid, he understood the assignment the best. His speed, his line and length throughout the tournament was probably the most ideal in this high scoring matches. He too went for plenty, but it was at least, his economy rate was at least lower than 9. So he picked up 13 wickets in his 8 matches at an economy rate of 8.15 and with an average of 19.23. So Adil Rashid is our chosen spinner in this team of the tournament. At number 9 for our team of the tournament is South Africa's Lungi Ngidi. He picked up 12 wickets at an average of 15.58, and most impressively it was his economy rate of 7.19 in a very high scoring tournament. His match winning spells against the West Indies of 3 for 30 and against Afghanistan of 3 for 26 proved crucial in South Africa securing wins and making it to the semi-finals. And who could forget that wicketless 0 for 15 against India, where he put on this stranglehold on the famed Indian batting lineup that proved pivotal in South Africa winning that match and India suffering their only loss of the tournament, a very rare loss for that Indian team. So Ngidi's performance, his consistency throughout the tournament, his miserly spells, that slower ball that was very difficult to pick up, ensures him a place in this team of the tournament. At number 10 is Zimbabwe's Blessing Muzarabani. Zimbabwe's blessing, which proved to be a curse for the Aussies. His 4 for 17 against Australia was one of the highlights of the tournament. He ended up with 13 wickets in just 6 matches at an average of 14.46 and an economy rate of 7.88. A standout performance, no doubt, for this Zimbabwean fast bowler, and can't wait to see him in purple and gold at the Eden Gardens playing for KKR. If you haven't heard it yet, or you already know, Muzarabani has been the official replacement for Mustafizur Rahman in the upcoming IPL tournament for the Kolkata Knight Riders. I had suggested Muzarabani be picked as a replacement in an earlier video, so that is some sort of vindication for me. But I'm really happy to see him in the IPL playing for my favorite team, for the outfit in purple and gold, and here's hoping that he performs well for KKR as well. And last but not the least is Jasprit Bumrah, India's weapon of mass destruction. 14 wickets in 8 matches at an average of 12.42 and an economy rate of 6.21. His numbers just defy logic and exceed expectations. The joint highest wicket taker of the tournament, including a man of the match performance in the final when he picked up 4 for 15 against New Zealand. And remember those Yorkers he bowled against England? Keeping Bethel and Jacks anchored to the crease, not letting them get away. It proved vital in India making the finals. If we didn't have a Bumrah in our 11, England would have won the match. We all know that. Bumrah does the impossible. And that is why he is one of the standout performers of the tournament. What an exceptional player he is, and how lucky we are to have him in the Indian team and to also witness him in action, live action, on the television. How lucky are we to have Jasprit Bumrah? So many of us have grown up with stories of Malcolm Marshall and Joel Garner. My father used to talk about them quite often. He still does. So I have this fascination with those yesteryear greats of the West Indies, of Pakistan, like Wasim Akram and Waqar Yunis. But I didn't really see them play. So for the next generation, we would be telling them stories about Jasprit Bumrah. Just like I have heard stories about Malcolm Marshall and Joel Garner from my father, probably the next generation will hear stories about Jasprit Bumrah from me. The stature of this guy, he's a living legend in all formats. He's the best seam bowler, he's the best bowler period of this generation. Hats off to him. And he's the reason why India has that World Cup trophy. He is more than vital, he's more than crucial, he is irreplaceable. And along with Sanjusamson and Ishan Kishan, he was the standout performer for the Indian team, ensuring that their dominance continued and they won a second successive World Cup. So Jasprit Bumrah completes our 11 for the team of the tournament. Starting from Sanju Samson and his opening partner Tim Seifert. At number 3, we have Ishan Kishan. At number 4, we have Shimron Hetmeyer. At number 5, the premium all-rounder Hardik Pandya. At number 6, the other premier all-rounder Will Jacks. At number 7, Shivam Dube. At number 8, Adil Rashid. At number 9, Lungi and Gidi. At number 10, Blessing Muzarabani. And finally at number 11, Jasprit Bumrah.